interview with PokerStaples. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, how's it going? Thanks for
Yeah,
hanging out.
yeah. Thanks everybody to be here. First question, just about the stream, guys. Do you hear both of us well? Like, do you hear us in the same quality? To be sure, Ghost of M is in the house.
Ghost of them, yeah.
Yeah, Swedish Poker Ninja. Swedish Poker Ninja is one of my moderators who really likes you.
Right, yeah. Both of them on my channel too, I think, are moderators.
Yeah, Ghost of M is a good guy. Yeah, he's everywhere. So guys, please just let us know if the sound settings are good, cause Jamie say something. Yeah.
Testing one, two, three, four. It's gotta work. Sippy Bondi, what's up?
Hi, CB Bondi. So how is it, guys? How do you hear him? Oh, the quality looks awesome. Okay, yes, we hear you both. Yes. Okay,
Good to
cool.
go.
Yeah. So first of all, just like I would like to thank you that you like hosted me before and you were supportive and everything. So I just want to thank it because it's very nice of you.
Well, I think your stream is great, I think.
Oh,
Um, and like a
thank you.
lot of people I find typecast all the girls in the listing as like, oh, that's a girl streamer
Uh-huh.
doing things. But I think yours is like really good poker content. I think it's great. So
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
there'll definitely be more hosts in the future. I think you should keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, I will keep. I just would like to have more lessons, but I will. So I'm happy for it. Yeah, and
Right.
thank you so much. Oh, there are already questions. Boy City Jimmy, you're so fucking hot. Oh, guys.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah. Hooba booba. Awesome. Oh, there are hearts, guys. Heart for you guys. Yeah. Also, I was just curious that how often do you do interviews?
Um, I'd say like once a week or so. Like I don't do
Uh-huh.
very many interviews like this.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but yeah, like I did one last week
Uh-huh.
uh, on Alexa's stream.
Uh-huh. Yeah. She's a friend of mine.
Yeah, doing one here. I'm gonna do one with Easy with Aces as well. Well,
Uh-huh.
not like an interview. We're just gonna hang out, I think.
Uh-huh.
Because he's like a really good player as well. Like he's probably just as good as me. So we'll probably just hang out.
Cool.
Um, but I do some like text interviews and I'm gonna go on Poker School Online's podcast
Uh-huh.
in a couple weeks, all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, that's pretty
yeah,
often. Once a week.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's all very new. Like 6 months ago, I'd done one podcast before in my life, and that was it. So it's like it's a weird experience, you know. But
Wow. Yeah. So also, do you sometimes get nervous before the stream, like, or anything before, like, an interview or something?
like less and less so now. But at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, sure. Like first time loading up the stream, it was terrifying,
Mm-hmm.
of course. And like first interview was super scary,
Uh-huh.
and like first writing out an interview and like all that stuff is scary. But then I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I just go with the philosophy like you just fake it
Uh-huh.
until you make it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
until it's natural. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I prepared with a lot of questions.
Guys.
Yeah. So, well, I don't even know what kind. Guys, if just Ghost of M says, guys, if you have a question, make sure. Oh yeah. I saw that he asked from us. Okay. Um, so, like, just like from the, just to make everybody sure about things, what made you like want to start to play poker, and like when did you start it, and like when did you start to stream, like since when did all these things start?
Okay, so I started poker 5 years ago,
Five.
playing for play money,
Uh-huh.
and it was like a Facebook app, and my brother had more chips than me, and there was like a leaderboard with your friends,
Uh-huh.
and that's pretty much spurred on the competition to where I am now, I think. And that
Wow.
like having more chips than me was not okay. Obviously, I had to get more.
Yeah.
So started playing a lot of poker and practicing, and then I eventually found my way over to real money sites, Poker Stars and Full Tilt,
Uh-huh.
and sort of grew from there. I was in school
Uh-huh.
for the 5 years that I was playing before I turned pro this past September, but
Oh,
I was playing a
oh,
lot.
you said like what was in last September?
Last September, I dropped out of school
Uh-huh.
and went full time,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of synced up perfectly with streaming at
Oh,
the same time. So
cause
that's basically the timeline.
uh-huh. So that means that you started streaming in September or not?
October 26th was
Uh-huh.
my stream,
Uh-huh, cool. And
so
how
6 months.
how did this idea come from, like for the stream and everything?
Well, it was so new. I saw Jason Somerville,
Uh-huh.
course, doing his thing with tons of viewers. And I remember seeing like the thread in on 2+2 about it, and I saw Set Over Set Poker as well, who I don't think is streaming as much anymore.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he's taken a little bit of time off, I think, but
Uh-huh.
I saw both of them, and I was like, I kind of want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I will get all my recordings, right? If I stream, so I can like review my play, and
Yeah.
hey, I'll make like an extra $5,000 a year or something by like, selling training sites or something like that, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
be fun. But when I tried it, like it was so much more than like I'm just gonna use this to make, $5,000. Is like this is so much fun. Like this is really important to me.
Yeah.
It was a very quick transition. I just believed in what we were seeing,
Uh-huh.
in that it was like this is the next part of poker. This is where TV poker goes. This is where the internet is going.
Uh-huh.
Uh, that I kind of just dove in head first and like haven't stopped
Mm-hmm.
going since. So
Cool. And what was your biggest like live win?
right, not very big. I think my biggest cash is like 4,500 or something.
Uh-huh.
But I haven't played too many big events. I've played maybe three or four 1,500s and a couple 1Ks.
Uh-huh.
So like I have a sample size of like 10 over 1K tournaments live. So it's not that big. I actually play a lot of live cash games,
Uh-huh.
which I kind of like. I like playing those just because the flexibility of the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, nothing big yet, but we'll see this summer.
And for example, like what was your biggest win or and lose, and like how did you handle that? Like both.
Right, okay. Well, the biggest win is probably in a cash game. I've probably made over 5K in a cash game before. I don't really remember how I dealt with that because I'd had bigger wins online, so it was all sort of like par for the course at that point. Where it's just like it didn't really register, right? And I don't know if you get this feeling as a poker player yourself, but like when you hit new thresholds of feeling comfortable, it's like a 5K win doesn't really, it's not reason to celebrate, even though it is like it's amazing. It's $5,000, like that's crazy. I don't really let myself like, you know, view it as a weird day or anything like that because it's there's lots of downs too. So I'd say that was my biggest win. The biggest loss was probably around 4K or so.
And how did you handle like
The
was it
loss?
like emotionally?
Um, I mean, to be honest, I've kind of tried to shut off emotions altogether
Uh-huh.
in poker. So it's like, um, again, like it registered more than the win for sure. Like there was some feelings of like, so sick, right?
Uh-huh.
A little bit of a pit in your stomach, a little bit,
Mm.
but in general, it's just like this is what I do,
Yeah.
and like there's gonna be swings like that all the time. So um, it is pretty mellow, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Oh, that's good. Uh, and for example, like, do you get like coaching?
I have in the past. I don't right now.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I actually do coach myself. It's on hold until October because the summer's going to be very busy. But
Uh-huh.
uh, it's interesting, I think, in that like every level can have a coach. So it's like I can coach people and provide a lot of value, and at the same time, like the people above me can coach me and
Mm-hmm.
offer a lot of value, and you can coach people below you that have a lot of value, and then get coaching from other people. So it's like it's really fun and kind of interesting, I think. I've had maybe 6 or 7 sessions in my life with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. They're all with one guy, JJYYKK. He
Mm-hmm.
goes by on a lot of the internet. Really, really good player. I think he's up like 400K or something um, from South Korea. So Yeah, I haven't had any lessons in like 2 years or so. Most of it has been self-study, but
Uh-huh.
those were really helpful for me.
Uh-huh. And I guess the fact that you stream and talk it out, that also helps, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, now it's like you always have to be on your A game and understanding why you're doing what you're doing because you're explaining it to everyone else. So,
And for example, what do you do like after the streams? Like, isn't your brain like going and going and like, you know?
yeah, it's mush for sure. Like, I've actually been reading. This is sort of interesting and something I've been thinking about the last couple of days. Decision fatigue, something I've been reading about, and I think I experience, which is like this new phenomenon where if you make too many decisions in a day, like you just get tired of making decisions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that happens in poker a lot if the decisions you make are strenuous. So at the end of the day, it's just like mush, you know.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't even want to like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out and see friends. Like I just want to like curl up in a ball and shut my brain off, which is kind of hard. So yeah,
Uh-huh. And like watching series or something, because that kind of switches your brain off or something.
exactly. Yeah, like even books are too
Mm-hmm.
like too intensive. Like I need to watch, like you said, a TV series or a
Yeah.
movie or something, and
Yeah.
just like totally passive about it, take it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you so you cannot just like, okay, stream is over, sleep. You cannot do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And do you plan like to learn new games in the future?
Um, so I kind of like I know a bunch of other games. I used to play a little bit of 8 game
Uh-huh.
uh, back at the
Oh,
beginning. So like I know the
yeah.
rules and the basic strategies of all the games, but they're not sharp. So I think like this is where I make my most money right now, for sure. You know, 3 or 4 years down the road, is that going to be true? I don't know. We'll see. Um, so yeah, it depends on how the poker economy goes, I'd say. I really like No Limit Hold'em, but I like poker as well.
Uh-huh.
So
So it depends on like, and also like I guess in which games is the money.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Where is everyone playing?
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. And do you know anything like about sit and goes, like my games, like Six Max Hypers or Heads Up or some kind of sit and goes?
Six Max Hypers are so sick, so sick. I've played a couple in my life, like not very many at all.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't know too much. I don't
Uh-huh.
know ICM well enough
Mm-hmm.
to play them at a high level, I would say, because most of the tournament work I do involves chip EV stuff, right? It's like
Uh-huh.
95% of what I play is pre-final table.
Uh-huh.
So I'm familiar with that more than a lot of ICM concepts. Or not concepts, but like answers. And the bigger antes is also sort of interesting and something I'd have to like adjust all my ranges. So I think they're like a very profitable game for sure, and I think it's a smart thing to start playing. But for me, it's like I've already invested, I think, too much into tournaments specifically.
Yeah,
To go,
sure.
yeah.
And just the fact that like, so you started in October, the streaming, and like, how does it feel like to start from like 20 or 30 viewers, or I don't know, like the amount when you started, but like to go for thousands of viewers?
It, yeah, like it hasn't registered, really. Like I know the number on the screen, but if I saw 1,000 people in real life, like I definitely wouldn't be able to handle that, you
Uh-huh.
know, in terms of like broadcasting to that many people.
Uh-huh.
So it's like it's hard to grasp, um, and like each time it's grown a little bit month by month. It's just it's crazy. Yeah, I don't really know how to put it in perspective because it's just like it happens so quickly. So.
And so, like, was there a big jump when you got partnered with PokerStars in this?
To be honest, like there was some jump. There was definitely a big jump on like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of Twitch, it's really tough because Jay Carver has just been like punishing, right? Like he is the poster boy right now for Twitch poker. So it's really difficult to tell like if I'm growing or if I'm stagnant because before him I was getting, up to 2,000 a day,
Uh-huh.
just sort of organically without any competition ahead of me, right? I was
Uh-huh.
always the top listing. So, yeah, I think I'm growing, but it's tough to say. I would assume I am. Yeah.
And was like to be like partnered with PokerStars, like was it a secret goal of you or it was public that you would like this?
Well, I mean, in the beginning, it was like the end goal for me. Like when I was talking about playing against my brother for play money,
Uh-huh.
um, like that was the dream to me was to get sponsored by a poker site, right? Like that was the thing. That
Uh-huh.
was really cool. And now that I've gotten there, like progressively that goal changed to bigger and better things. But yeah, it's always been like something I wanted. I couldn't talk about it too much because I knew that they could use that as a bargaining tool. If they knew I wanted to be sponsored by PokerStars, then I would be worth less to
Uh-huh.
them. And they could use that in their negotiations. So
So
I
so it
kept it a little bit close to the chest. Yeah.
so it was kind of like you obviously knew, but you were not like advertising that, oh, I would like to be partner and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I just saw on your Twitter that like you have a very new, nice professional layout and
Yeah.
everything. Like I heard, I think that you had like four layouts before, right?
I've had three actually.
Uh-huh.
Three. Um, the one I've been using before, and then the one before that was just like I screen regioned the chat in, and then I had my webcam and four tables, and that was it. For like 3 months or so.
Uh-huh.
And this new one is like so, it's so good. I'm
Yeah.
super pumped. And it was the people at Javaro and Brignard specifically that helped me make it. They actually got an animator that like does work for Disney and Pixar,
Ooh.
and they
Wow.
hired him to do a bunch of like graphics work. So it's like it's pretty legit. I'm super excited. I think it's the best overlay there is out there. So I can't wait to unveil that this Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to ask one. So this Saturday. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations for it. And so I also like know that like you never really take any like day off, right? Like you kind of always try to work and everything, but now you took some days off.
Hmm.
And how did you feel? Like how was it? Like did you like super much miss like streaming and like you were addicted, or how did it feel like?
Um, I'm definitely not addicted to streaming or poker. I like them both,
Uh-huh.
but it's like once I get done for the day, like it's a relief for sure. Because it's like it's very strenuous, right? It's just a lot of poker that you're playing and broadcasting like 40, 50 hours a week. It's a lot, you know. So yeah, I didn't feel that way, and like the break was a quasi break. Like there was still some work being done. I got the computer here and stuff, got the overlay set up. So, but it was just nice to like get out of the basement, basically, dirty basement kids, right? As Jason Somerville says, and like, play some golf, get out in nature, just relax. So.
Uh-huh. And like how is one like how is a day of yours look like? Like from the moment you wake up, like all with this streaming and everything.
Um, so streaming days, it's like wake
Oh,
up and have
yeah.
breakfast. And my brother's a big help. My brother who like works as an assistant to the stream and me, like he'll make breakfast, he'll
He
get
makes
coffee.
he makes the breakfast.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, he makes all the food. This weekend is the first time I've cooked in like 4 months or
Ooh.
so.
What did
Uh,
you cook?
Steak and vegetables.
Oh, I saw the picture. Was that what you cooked?
Yeah, you saw that one.
Ooh, good.
What is it? Souvlaki and vegetables
Uh-huh.
was good. Um, I mean, nothing else too exciting.
So like okay, you wake up around like in the morning.
Yeah, it has been when Jason Somerville is streaming, has been at 9 a.m. my time and streamed by 11. When he's done streaming, it's gonna go back to earlier, um, to like 8 o'clock or something like that. And during Scoop actually, which is coming up this week, it's
Uh-huh.
like most events start at 9 o'clock my time, so I'll be up at 7 streaming by 9. Um, So yeah, wake up 2 hours or so of prep, like Twitter, Facebook, emails if I have time, and Twitch messages and stuff, and just sort of prepare for the day.
Uh-huh.
We talk about social media a little bit,
Like with
and
your
like
brother, right?
yeah, with my brother, and
Uh-huh.
like what we're doing well and what we aren't doing well,
Uh-huh.
and sort of scheme for that,
Hmm.
and then we talk about like the rest of the day, what he's gonna do, and stuff like that, and then I start streaming.
Yeah, 2 hours later you woke up.
Yeah, 2 hours later, I take a shower
Uh-huh.
and yeah,
Wow.
do that, I guess, and
And
go that way. Um,
uh-huh.
yeah, then
And
8 hours, and
ooh.
then after that, it's like I'm eating in breaks, by the way. So like two snacks and lunch
I-
and dinner.
In the five, but breaks are the 5 minute break or
Yeah, the 5 minute break.
ooh,
It's
that must not be so good.
it's not the best, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Like you didn't think to like eat maybe on the stream or something? It's not the best.
I don't like. I don't really mind, but I don't think people like it
Yeah.
so much. Like
Mm-hmm.
the sound they don't like, and then without the sound, like what's the point of having the video anyways?
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just turn off the video if
Mm-hmm.
if need be, right? So like sometimes it goes over if like I don't have enough time to eat in that break,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll just like take 3 minutes and mute
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. So all day stream and after you finish like maybe a series and sleep.
yeah, like dinner and then something to like try and get ready for the next day, you know?
Wow. So you
Uh,
kind of just all the time work.
yeah, yeah, it's very hectic and like I need to get better at that balance and find like this sort of thing was great and I think in the future I may do that where I just stream 3 weeks in a row and then take a week and then 3 weeks in a row and take a week. I think that would probably work well for me because then on those weeks I could take vacations
Mm-hmm.
wherever I want and sort of like recharge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
And like so another question. So in life, like do you have like final big plans, like when to get married and like big questions, you know?
Right, yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit like I'm a bit weird, I think. I don't
Uh-huh.
really want to get married or have kids.
No?
Uh, no,
Uh-huh.
I like I'm very sort of independent and I don't want to make any compromises, which may sound like very big-headed and selfish, but I mean, so be it, I guess. Selfish. I just view that like um, I'd like to have the most experiences I can, and I wouldn't really want to lock anyone else into any sort of social contract that would hold them back from having
Uh-huh.
their own, dreams fulfilled or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And and where do you see yourself like in 5 years?
I don't know. That's a scary question.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'll still be playing poker. I'll still be with PokerStars, I imagine,
Uh-huh.
and I think I'll still be streaming on Twitch. Um, in terms of like how far I get, I hope I'm at the point where I get to play some of the very biggest live events, like some of the high rollers.
Mm-hmm.
Would be really, really cool if I had made it to sort of the top of the live arena. I'd love to stream when it's not the EPTs and then every EPT go and play the full series and then stream, right? Throw on the WSOP. That'd be like a perfect life for me.
Uh-huh.
6 months in Europe and sort of 6 months back home and play some WSOP.
And
So
do you think that your brother would go with you? Because like it's like as you said, it seemed like he's pretty big part in your life and in the stream and everything.
I don't know if he's going to go to Prague or not.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to go to Calgary. We're moving to Calgary in a month and a half or so,
Uh-huh.
just for 6 months. But I don't know if he's going to go to Europe yet. He wants to go to school,
Uh-huh.
so I think he probably wants to do that here. I'm not exactly sure.
Uh-huh.
We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, true. And so like you will move to Europe like in a half year or like in December, right?
December, yeah. Starting at EPT Prague is when I'll go.
Uh-huh. And like do you have expectations of like Europe or like things you want to try or something like that?
No expectations. Like I just want to I really
Oh,
want to be a part of the culture and like
yeah.
understand what it's like to be Czech,
Uh-huh.
um, or to be German or to be whatever. Like I just want to view the world through a different lens, a different cultural lens, and that's really the purpose for me for traveling. It's not like to see things and then knock it off my checklist, you know? Like,
Mhm.
oh, I've seen this, now we're good. Like I can tweet that out and
Mhm.
die. You know, it's not that. It's like
Uh-huh.
trying to broaden my human experience, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
Mhm.
So
And when exactly do you come to Hungary? But seriously.
we
No, I'm
we
kidding,
selling.
but also mean it. So I'm kidding, but also asking.
Yeah. I do your quick. I mean, Hungary pitch. You have 30 seconds. Why should I come to Hungary?
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
because start now.
Okay.
Excellent food, amazing parties. I suggest summer. You will have the best
Oh,
festivals, and
yeah.
the prices like are great. So you get the best value what you can have, and like I think Budapest is like such a great place, and you have so many kind of party places like ruin bars. For example, if you would search on the internet, Simpla is the world's number one like bar. They voted it like it's a ruin bar. So like it's so
Yeah.
special, and it's a mix of everything, and it's a very international city, and you always find like tourists and people who are having parties and swag parties, and there are always like beer bikes on the street in front of us. Always we hear like woo, like
Right.
people are like having fun. So like and there's an awesome poker community here. So
Sold.
yeah.
Sounds good. So I guess I'll have to go. Like take a road trip
Yeah.
next January or February or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I suggest summer if you could do it.
Summer.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if you would come on summer, you would fall in love with Hungary, and just it's so good. The whole city is like a festival. So I really suggest summer, or when like at least at this time, because you will be
Like
here for a while.
yeah, I can do it. I could do it next year
Uh
at
huh.
this because I'll be there for Scoop and playing
Uh huh.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, maybe I'll take a week before go to Hungary.
Yeah. Trust me, and we can show around the cool places and everything for sure. So the
Sounds
best, yeah, the best places. So yeah, you will not regret it. You will be like, oh my god, why I didn't come here before.
okay. 1 year, you guys put it on your calendar. 1 year, we're doing an interview live in Hungary.
Okay, guys, don't forget, save the date. It's the 8th of May, 2015. So 2016, 8th of May. Save the date, live.
Hey.
Cool. Yeah. So also a question, but like you kind of like I kind of guess what is your answer. Like if you think like you can have time for private life, because like or what do you think? Like can a relationship work next to your like work and everything?
I could, yeah. It would just like mean that I'd have to make sacrifices in terms of how much time I put into streaming
Uh
and
huh.
sort of like I'd have to plan for more than one person than myself and sort of
Uh
take
huh.
that into consideration. So it could work, absolutely. I think relationships can work in poker.
Mm-hmm.
It just means like having to balance a little bit better, and I don't think it's something I'm really looking for
Uh-huh,
personally.
uh-huh. Yeah, because like I guess now the work is very exciting and like you just love what you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I'm not really like I'm looking to develop deep relationships and stuff like that, but I'm not looking to hold anyone back,
Uh-huh.
or tie people down. So, um, yeah, I think like just an open based relationship type deal would work much better for me and something I prefer.
And I guess more flexible and like who understands like if you have to work all day because you're like still in the game or I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so it could kind of work. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I saw that like you got that Apple Watch, and I don't know too much about the Apple Watch. Why is that good, and how do you like it?
I do. Yeah, it's right here. Uh,
Oh,
I really like it so far.
uh,
I mean, it gets a lot of hate on Twitch. I feel like Twitch
hate?
people don't like the Apple
Why?
Watch. I don't know. People on Twitch don't like Apple very much, I guess, because they're not great for video games. But for me,
Mhm.
it's like I can already see how it's going to be a big part of my life, I think.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's
What it
like
can do? I don't know.
the most useful is it like it'll send tweets to your wrist and it'll tap you on your wrist, right? Like physically tap you
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so that you know.
yeah.
And it's like you can screen stuff, right? So you get a message and your phone is like over there. Like you
Oh.
could just look at it and be like, okay, that's important. I should reply to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not, and then you can just let it go.
That's
Right? So
smart.
like everything on Twitter just like comes to my wrist. I see it. If it's something I need to reply to, I'll reply to it. If not, it's gone.
But you
So it's
cannot do
saving
it
time.
from the Apple Watch, right?
You can with text or with speech. So you
Uh-huh.
have to
Uh-huh.
speak, and then Siri will get it, or emojis.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like different emojis.
Mm-hmm.
You can also like can responses, like stock responses, um, in on your computer. Like when you set it up, you can do that, and then you can send
Oh,
those. But
yeah.
yeah, no like keyboard or anything like that.
Uh-huh. So basically, it's like you don't have to take your phone out of your pocket. You just do this kind of.
Yeah, don't go to your computer for emails.
Uh-huh.
Like it's a mediator between everything, and it's just saving you time. It's saving you a couple seconds here and there every day.
Yeah, I kind of understand. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it looks good too.
Yeah.
Uh,
I just saw like that Beyonce had a picture like with this watch and like, oh, it's a big deal, and like you
Oh,
were talking about it so much, so I was
yeah.
curious. Yeah, but then it's good. And so you said that you play golf, and like, what are your hobbies? Like, I guess golf is a big part.
well, I don't have very many hobbies to be honest,
Uh-huh.
and golf is like used to be a big part of my life. It hasn't been for a long time, and I'm trying to get back into it.
Uh-huh.
Just for like fitness reasons is like it's a good excuse to be active.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but it's like I'm not really that kind of person. Like I'm not a huge hobby
Oh,
guy. I'm like I find something that I'm doing, and what makes me feel good is getting better at it and going sort of all in, going all out on that one thing. So talking poker and
Oh,
streaming, it's like when I'm not working on the
yeah.
stream or working on my poker, it's kind of I feel like what am I doing? Like why aren't I
Uh-huh.
improving in some way? You know?
So you don't really like go out to drink and everything on parties?
I like not right now. No, like I have when I'm in those aspects of my life, I will. Like at the World Series, like it's just gonna be a constant cocktail party, right? It's gonna be like 6 hours of just socializing with people I don't really know yet, but I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna get to know, and just like drinking the whole time. So that will be like my solid social time where I go hard for 6 days and like be a social butterfly.
Uh-huh.
But when I'm streaming, it's like no, I don't really go anywhere. I just work.
And also I saw like on your Twitter that like you like to go to fishing, and I saw a picture where there were 3 bears from your car, and like, isn't it a little bit dangerous? Like, what if the bears would come when you were fishing or something? Aren't you afraid?
Well, we were in a car, but like yeah, that was I actually don't fish that much,
Okay.
but my uncle, whenever I visit with my uncle, we go fishing because he loves fishing. So yeah, we were just driving, and there was like 2 cubs and a mama bear behind us, and we like snapped some pictures. But it's kind of rare actually. You don't see them very often, and when you do, it's like they usually try and steer clear of you anyways. So yeah.
And so like do you have like about Europe like any questions what you are too embarrassed to ask or something?
About Europe,
Uh-huh.
God, it's so many questions.
Yeah,
So many
like
questions. They're overwhelming.
like beliefs, or I don't know, like is a place like they will kidnap you or something.
I mean, I've never been to Europe, so like
Uh-huh.
the thing I guess I'm wondering about is what is day-to-day life like? Like what is transportation like? What is shopping like? Like how do you cook? Is cooking sort of the same, or is different types of foods? Like
Uh-huh.
there's so many things I have to learn.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I can answer them fast. It's super
okay.
easy. So the
Okay.
public transportation is like very, very good. And basically here you don't like in Europe, in the cities, you don't need a car. You easily go well with the public transportation, and you just go down to the street, and there are like cafes, restaurants, everything, anything, people. So public transportation, I think, is great. And about food, which is, I think, very good, that like here, like there is no GMO or anything, and you get easily for very, very good quality food. So
Right.
cooking is like so simple. Like basically here it's more often that you can go to markets if you
Right.
want. So like you get the fresh meat or vegetable or anything, but also you can buy like frozen stuff in supermarkets. So like because when I was in America, I saw the difference, and I think it's way more difficult to eat healthy in America, because like in the restaurants it's super hard to find like healthy courses like meat and vegetable or rice. These, you know, here it's super easy. You choose a soup. We like soups, and you get like a good soup which is like also healthy. So here it will be super easy, and the prices are, I think, cheaper than in America. So
Right.
yeah, so you will, I think you will have fun here. And
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's easier, and to cook
yeah.
it's the same. Like, I mean, I don't know, like you said, you don't cook too often, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of easier here.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yeah.
I'd asked someone about that previously,
Uh-huh.
and they were from I think Croatia,
Uh-huh.
and they said like, yeah, here you go to the store and like if you want to buy bacon, you buy like a pound of bacon, right? You buy like 30 strips of bacon. And he's
Yeah.
like, when here you can buy like 4 strips of bacon that are fresh, right? And like that's pretty common to just buy like not bulk, like small portions and just like go every day and sort of cook, which is interesting. It's totally different from what we're used to. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can you can have a lot of kind of things. So I think it will be easy. And I don't know, like if you have like other questions about the habits.
I'm interested about like nightlife,
Uh-huh.
and I imagine it's different between like different parts of Europe and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But um, you know, the only sort of pictures I have of nightlife in Europe is like the UK and a bunch of pubs, and then I have like sort of Eastern Europe as like heavy house trance like raves. That's like I don't know what it's like. So what is it like?
Well, so I've been out here basically more often than in other countries, but
Right.
here you have everything. Like you can go to like non-stop pubs which are kind of party places, and there are like popular music. There are places where you can find like rock music there, like, which is pretty unique, that you have like ruin bars. I don't know if you heard before about ruin bars. Yeah, so you will have to try it, and I think you will love it, because like people love it because it's so different. So ruin bars, basically, that bars, like there are buildings which are older, and some people made from an old building, not renew anything in it. They just put used like chairs and old stuff, like old monitors and like super abstract stuff, like it's kind of artisty and cool, every kind of things together. And basically like they are kind of from like ruins, because these are old stuff what they make it from. So I will make a picture of it and I will tweet it. But this is, for example, also very unique and people love it. This is in the world what was the number one bar, for
Oh, okay.
example. Yeah. And so you can find that. What is amazing, we will go there tonight, is like called, like we like to drink fröccs, which is wine at summer. Wine and soda water together. It's like a nice, refreshing drink, and it's
Right.
yeah. And so there is a place where like there is like a pool above a public drinking place, which is awesome, and you can see through on the pool, like down where the people are, and you can sit around this pool, and around this pool is a park, and people are just chilling there, drinking. They can put their feet in the water because it's like just this deep pool, and like there is a place where you can drink all this fruit. It's an outside, and there are like lampions and everything, so it's also a very different style. It's like very cool. Like people like to start a party there, for example, and after like people go to different places to drink, there are like for example, there's a fountain where you can drink wine. Like there are very, very good wines here. So like you just sit on the fountain. Like it's very chill. Also, there are very fancy places too, where you are like in like everything is super modern and super fancy. So you have everything. So yeah, I think it's everything you want. Everything, karaoke bars, any everything.
I'm sold. It sounds really, really awesome.
Yeah. I will make. I promise I will make more pictures, and you will see. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, nightlife, and also, which is a good thing, that if you go to a place, you don't have to pay entrance. You know, like you don't have to pay for the entrance. You just go in, and if you wanna drink. Like, okay, the nightclubs, usually you have to, but only the nightclubs, but a lot of bars and everything, you don't have to, or kind of just some nightclubs, you have to pay for it. So it's also a great thing.
Yeah. That's
and in the food, we have like Michelin star restaurants. Like, I don't know if you know Nobu, if you like sushi.
I sort of like sushi. I confess I'm a seafood fish, so to speak. I'm not very good at seafood yet because I didn't grow up with it. So I've had a little bit of it, and like I've had vegetarian as well as like some sort of more North American sushi, which I enjoyed. But I haven't had too much of the fish style sushi. It's like the main sushi. I'm gonna fix this, by the way. I think this is like weird. Hopefully that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Better?
Yeah, I think it's good. No.
Okay. There, it's up there.
Yeah. So like just I'm saying that like we have like so many good things, like Nobu, which is like worldwide now, like it's on the Atlantis in the Bahamas, I think, or I don't know, like it's like, so like we have like the very best restaurants too. So just I'm saying like it's good. Yeah, and what you have to know also, just one more thing about Budapest, that people people really like to make movies here. Like there was Jude Law here, and who's the other guy? I don't know, I don't remember for the name, but there are stars here making movies, like Britney Spears and like Rihanna and all these people. So yeah, just I'm saying.
Great food, great nightlife, and walk among movie stars in a chill atmosphere. Look at that.
Yeah,
and
and also one last thing, which is pretty important. The girls are pretty. That's also
the girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why I forgot to say that, but it's also true. And if people like guys usually like it, so yeah. It's yeah.
I'm sold.
Good. Yeah. Okay, so some other question.
Hello everyone, by the way.
Oh yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, we didn't really read the chat.
No, I have to see.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah. Also, okay, so not this like next topic. So like, do you have like role model in poker? Back to poker.
Right. So I try and not have a role model in poker, to be honest. Like I have in the past really looked up to people, and like they've been the people I've aspired to, but I feel like as I'm trying to make it to the highest stakes, I don't really want to put anyone on a pedestal in terms of like they're this thing that is so amazing that I'd like to be like them. I sort of feel like I'm competing with them, so I actively try and not create that sort of mental barrier, I would say. But there's definitely a lot of people that I look up to in terms of just like their perspective. I think recently, actually, with in terms of trying to be a spokesperson or a figurehead for poker and trying to
Mhm.
grow the game. Daniel Negreanu is someone that has been super good at that,
Mhm.
like over the history of time, you know.
Mhm.
It's like since when I first heard about poker till now, he has always been someone that has been really good at explaining the game and sort of growing it. So I would say like in terms of that new role and responsibility in my life, he's someone I really look up to. But in terms of actual poker playing, I don't really have any
Uh-huh.
anyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like if you look back, like if you could change like something, anything as you did with poker, would you change anything or do something differently? Like
Hmm.
maybe like if you look back, like oh, this would be useful. I wish I would do that or something.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone to school. I liked school,
Uh-huh.
but it was, like 4.5. Oh, sorry, my computer went to sleep.
Oh,
No.
we see you. We see you.
See? Okay. All right. I
I
can't see
think
anything.
it's yeah.
Fix it after. Uh, so yeah, like it was 4.5 years of like just not really having the confidence to do what I wanted to do, right? I was doing what other people wanted me to do, right? My family wanted me to go to school, like society wants me to go to school. It's
Yeah.
the safe route, the responsible route.
Hmm.
Um, but it took a long time to muster up the courage to just like, no, I'm kind of just gonna roll with this and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, it's gonna be fine. And that's true, by the way. Like, if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to school or you'll figure something out. So it took me way too long to figure out that sort of perspective. Um, YOLO, if you will.
Yeah.
YOLO is a word that gets like a lot of hate. But I think if you mean it in the right way, it's like you only live once, so do what you want to do. It took me a long time. So I would have not gone to school.
Uh-huh. And what kind of school was this? I don't know.
So I did like a bunch of different studies and areas. My main focus was philosophy,
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
I
good.
would say. Yeah, so um, really interesting stuff, and I liked it.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't get like too specialized. Like I wasn't close to graduating in philosophy or anything. I did like, sociology and anthropology and art history and music, like, pieces from everywhere, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. And like for a new like someone who starts to play poker, like what advice would you give to that person who just starts now to play poker or someone who is new to poker?
Right. I mean, it's tough. I think the number one failing point for most people is money management. It's not the actual game. It's like how to play within the game, how to manage your life while playing poker. And 9 out of 10 people go broke because they play too high.
Uh-huh.
They play too high stakes. They don't have the patience
Mm-hmm.
to and be like, okay, I'm gonna be rich in 5 years. They want to be rich by next week, right? They want
Uh-huh.
to move stakes next week, and it's just like, take your time, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's a long journey. A lot of the people at the stake above you have been playing for longer than you, and they put in just as much time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, like, be very long-term oriented. Take your time, low and slow,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get there eventually.
So like what do you think like how many binds are good? Like I mean like do you have kind of a rule for it or like just about when someone could start a game or something?
Right. It really depends on their life. This is a question we get a lot in the stream, and it's just like I made a YouTube video about it, but for some people, I think 10 buy-ins is like lots, and for some people, I think 1,000 buy-ins is a little aggressive. It really depends on how you want to structure your life, what your cost of living is, how you deal with upswings and downswings, your willingness to move up and down, how you deal with stress, with losing, all that
Mm-hmm.
sort of stuff. So, I mean, I have like a catch-all rule of 100 buy-ins for tournaments and 30 buy-ins for cash games. But um, I really think you should like tailor that to who you are, whoever this is that is starting out in poker, and figure out, like if you're a college kid that has everything paid for on student loans and you have $100, like yeah, I mean, sure, play a $20 tournament. It's
Uh-huh.
deal.
Oh,
Um, but
yeah.
if you are the other way, where it's like you have a minimum wage job and you get $50 as disposable income a month that you can spend on whatever, and you want to use that $50 to play poker, like you should probably play $1 under tournaments,
Uh-huh.
that last. So
Yeah, because a lot of people ask me if I want to move up, but like or when I'm gonna move up because I just pay on $3.50s. Like when I move up for $7, but like I don't feel like it's time, and I guess I should have like $1,400, and I have $600, and not just about that, but like I I don't know. Like it's. I guess no one ever feels that okay, I'm ready, right, to move
right,
up.
yeah.
You never like if you're
Well,
honest with yourself.
I mean, I think a lot of people feel that actually, and I think the fact that you don't feel that is probably going to be a testament to your success and that you're like realistic about where you're at. But a lot of people think like, oh, I can beat it, just like when they can't, right? And that's how they go broke, is they move up, they run good for a day or something, and then they lose for the next 6 days and they're broke. Um, but I mean, the fact that like even questioning it, I think is a good thing and the right thing. So, uh, yeah, it really just depends, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, you said this YOLO thing. Like, I was also pretty similar with it. That like, I had another reason for it, but I also just wanted to try poker because all of my friends, like, I don't know if like you know some of my friends because like they're kind of international, but. But like some of my friends like they basically play poker, and I was also like, am I gonna always thinking about if I should start to play poker or actually I do it. So I also was like, I quit my job and okay, let's do it. But also
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
just
so awesome. That's
yeah,
a really good story. I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good story.
Oh,
Just like
yeah.
I don't like it's also tough when someone just quits their job, and like there is no more income, and there is
Yeah,
no more income for a while.
yeah.
So yeah, like I wouldn't actually suggest it to others that quit your job and start to learn poker. In a year, you will make some money, So yeah, but I 100% agree with this YOLO thing, and I kind of feel that a lot of poker players who actually do it seriously, there was a point where there was this YOLO,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that point they could do it. Also, a question that like yeah, we know that your brother helps you, and what do you think like where would be your stream and everything without his help? Like, because he I guess helped a lot,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
yeah.
um, like he definitely helps out day to day. I would just be more tired, and I think I would be more burnt out, and I wouldn't be able to stream as long or as much
Uh-huh.
as I do now. And it's just like, the poker is 50 hours a week or whatever, right? Which is manageable. It's just like the extra 30 hours, which is actually some of the most like mind intensive type work that you do of the week, is like the actual business aspect of like trying to grow an audience and be better at social media and be better at business and negotiating and talking to poker stars and Javaro. It's like all that stuff is the hard stuff. The poker is like the nice and sort of relaxing part. So yeah, without him, it's just like there would be less poker being played for sure.
And like how did this idea come up? Because I heard that like he actually works for you, right? Like that he gets like not like salary, but something like how did this idea come up? That okay, I will work for you and everything.
Yeah, it's a salary.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool.
And like I was just thinking, when stuff was getting too hectic, I was getting some income from like Javaro and from Twitch and stuff. I was like, okay, so I should reinvest some of this back into the business, right? Because it's growing quickly, and to be able to grow, that quickly, you need to invest money into it to be able to handle with how quickly things move. So I was just like, okay, I need an assistant so that I can work more efficiently on this. And my brother was looking for a job, and I was like, well, do you want to be an assistant? I'll pay you 1,700 a month, and you'll work 5 days a week from home. And yeah, and
That's
he's
pretty
like,
great. Pretty
yeah,
sweet.
I think he's got a good gig, personally. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And so when was your first investment to like I saw pictures that like when you got the microphone, I saw some also something which I didn't know what is that, but it was like I don't know like yeah, I don't know what was that, but like you had some cool stuff, and later I saw some sound stuff for
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so after how long when did you start to invest in these things?
The microphone was like week one, I got a microphone, the Snowball, and then I eventually upgraded later. But basically, I just added stuff as quickly as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I got lucky because when I got here, there was almost no one in the poker listing. There was Jason Somerville and Set Over Set, and then a bunch of people that hung out around, 5, 10 viewers or something.
Uh-huh.
But there was like 8 streams at a time was like a standard day in the poker listing.
Uh-huh.
So I got partnered right off the bat.
Right after
with-
what?
Right off the bat, like the first stream I was partnered, and the reason why was because I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, I'm a tournament player. The thing is I play on a Mac
Uh-huh.
and I do a delay. And they were just giving out partnerships very easily back then, right? And you see some of those streamers now that don't have the big viewership, but they have the partnership. That's because they were, they started back then when they needed partnered players.
Uh-huh.
So I got lucky, and I sort of had some income coming in, like already within the first month. I think I already had like 35 subs or something of starting streaming. So I was like, okay, I'm making some money, right? Like I'm gonna get a check. This is cool. Like I'm gonna invest some more stuff back in. So yeah, it was like that microphone, and then I got the new microphone and stand and mixer for like a pretty good setup. I think I'm pretty happy with my audio quality. And lights, I think, are the only other upgrade really, other than those 3 things. Was I got like a 3-point lighting system that's just sort of illuminates. It's not so great today. This is actually my family's cabin that I'm sitting in. I'm not at home, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. But it's nice here. Here, I can show you guys.
Yeah,
I'll show
sure.
you the view. It's been good.
Wow, yeah, I saw a picture. Awesome. Oh wow.
Yeah, so I've just been chilling here for the last couple of days.
Oh wow. I will, if I were you, I would come here so often. Wow.
Yeah,
So cool.
I'd like to come more for sure. But it's my parents' place, so it's like
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
like just live here or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and also that about that audio thing, like as I saw some streams, and I think far your streams audio is the best, the quality and everything. Like it's like, but seriously, it's like you would sit next to the person or something. So it's pretty cool. And is this because of that machine? Like that, like not the microphone, but that other thing, which looks like some DJ stuff.
The mixer, yeah.
Yes.
It's not necessarily that, but it's like you can get a USB microphone that goes right into the back of your computer, right?
Yes.
And I elected to get one that was plugged into this mixer, and then the mixer plugs into your computer, just because you have like a little bit more flexibility, and it also gave me room to grow. Like if I want to do more sort of creative work in the future, I'll have this set up and not have to upgrade again like I already did for the mic. And yeah, the mic is like not a desktop mic. It's more like a professional quality mic. It's not a radio mic either. It's not like the heavy boosted bass like sort of cliche radio. It's like very sort of crisp and authentic, I think. So
yeah. It's very good. It's very good. Yeah. Also, like, we kind of discussed that, like, we will try to set the time for like an hour, and unfortunately, I went a little bit through. So sorry for that.
No.
Yeah, sorry for that. But I think what definitely everybody would like to see is definitely a lemon lion face. I think we cannot miss that, and it would be, I think, cool if we could do in the same time. But I guess you should. I don't know like how long you usually keep them, like how long is the 11 part and how long is the lion, because people say like I did like 2 or 3 times when you hosted me. I did it, and after they were like do it again in some other, and I did it and they were like not long enough. So I
We'll
don't
just
know.
wing it. We'll wing it. Like you'll be able to hear my lion. There's like a faint sort of like you'll understand. Okay.
Okay.
So are you ready? Everyone in the chat has to do it too because it's really embarrassing. Every but okay. You ready?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I did it in the same time I heard it.
Okay.
It
All right.
was
I want to
cool.
see this replay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's going
Yeah,
through.
it was the longest level lion I ever made, I think. Cool.
That
Yeah.
was good stuff. Well, thank you so much for having me on, though. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I think your stream is really great, and you should just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
There's not enough girls in the listing yet, and it's starting to grow a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
And I just think it's really cool that you're sort of representing the female community so well playing poker. So
Oh.
that's really cool, and it's been an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you so much, and very thank you for your time, and everybody thanks for your time, and can't wait to see your new layout tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours away right now.
Yeah, and can we see the new emoticons which was designed and everything?
There's no new emotes.
Or
It's just like art that's
that
gonna be the overlay.
like because you said that Pixar thing or something like that.
Yeah, like they did like a full like a character basically, which is gonna be on the overlay. There's a bunch of stuff on my Twitter
Uh-huh.
at Jamie Staples, JAIMESTAPLES. I before the M. It's weird. There's a bunch of pictures there as well as on my Facebook page. But yeah, there's nothing like no new emotes yet. It'll come now for sure.
Oh, cool. So we can't wait it. And good luck with your games. And thank you again for your
Perfect.
time.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
see you guys later.
See you guys. Thank you.